It is always an exciting time of the rugby year, the start of the Six Nations in this opening weekend. The oldest rivalry in rugby union, England against Scotland, will lock horn 5 times. Of course, the seniors fighting it out for the Calcutta Cup tomorrow at Twickenham. The women also meet, as do the Saxons later today. And the Sevens over in Wellington in the IRB World 7 Series quarter-final. But it all starts here at Plymouth with the future, the under-20s. Let's have a look at the two sides. 11 of this England under-20 side were involved in the LV Cup or Championship Rugby last weekend. It's captained by Harlequins' Jack Clifford. Ross Moriarty, son of Welsh international, joins him in the back row for his first start at this level. Luke Cowan-Dickey is one of 5 extra chiefs in the starting lineup. Henry Slade, another. The fly half with a bright future, so many feel, was born here in Plymouth. Outside him, a big midfield of Sam Hill and Harry Sloan. Anthony Watson, a natural try scorer, wears 15. Well, Sean Lineen's side is led by 18-year-old lock Johnny Gray, brother of full international Richie. He's joined in the pack by Sales Sharks flanker Will Bordle, and Adam Ash, the number 8, is highly rated north of the border. Sam HIDALGO-CLYNE played at fullback for this team last season, but he's back at 9, his favourite position. Tommy Allen plays his rugby in South Africa for Western Province. Mark Bennett has experience at this level, having played in the last 2 seasons. Onto the benches for England, Gus Jones from Wasps played in this season's varsity match, and Sales Mark Jennings has been ever present in their Heineken Cup campaign. Young bench for Scotland only, Robbie Ferguson has tasted under-20s rugby before. Well, Scotland's under-20 has had a complete overhaul of late. Sean Lineen has come in, overseeing the under-16s and 18s, but concentrating mainly on the under-20s. He has brought a professionalism into the setup, something that has been lacking in previous years. It is a young squad, full of talent, and they have some serious preparation time, and as ever, determined to put one over on the old enemy.
Indeed, there's the big lad, Johnny Gray. His brother will be playing at Twickenham tomorrow. And like you said, Sean Lineen, yeah, professional sort of tilt on this, and the flip side is that they can enjoy almost two seasons together at this stage, where he can work and help them develop, and hopefully which leads them then on to full international honours.
Batted it out to avoid the wooden spoon in this competition last year. Never beaten England at this level. What a time to do it for Scotland. Conditions possibly not favouring them. Very soft underfoot, it's fair to say, and a strong wind.
Well, I've seen a tremendous amount of water on the surface coming down the train this afternoon, and there's a bit expected tonight. I hope it keeps off, because as you can tell, there's a lot of sand on the pitch.
England have dominated the tournament in the last 2 seasons. Championship title last year, Grand Slam the year before. And the players involved have seamlessly moved into Saxons, and even the senior side, Owen Fowler, Joe Lautry, starting tomorrow at Twickenham, have represented the under-20s in the last 2 years. Exactly the way it should be, and exactly the way it has been planned. Now for the next wave.
And that's where they'll have to get the ball. Anthony Watson there scored 4 tries in last year's Six Nations. He's a flyer. Again, conditions are difficult tonight to get that purchase, not only when you're going forward with the ball, but also turning. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on. I'm expecting his forward to generate a lot of good ball tonight.
Certainly a more experienced England side, often the way. England under-20s players shown some senior rugby, whether it be Hamlin Challenge Cup or LV Cup or even Heineken and Premiership as well. But of course, before these 2 old enemies lock horns yet again, we will have the national anthems, and first, Flower of Scotland.
Followed by the England national anthem, God Save the Queen. This is the vocals for Sophie Marie King.
Oh, flower of Scotland, when will we see your like again?
age group, what country you represent. When you have the national emblem on your chest, it means that much. Darcy Ray showing all the passion that is normally associated with England, Scotland. Referee Claudio BLESSANO from France being delivered the match ball. One of the biggest military bases down here, naval bases down here in Plymouth. And it has been such a warm welcome from the people of Plymouth and Brickfields. They have embraced this game. Full house here, this outside of the condemned stand to our right. Looking forward to seeing some international rugby, the first ever representative game of rugby played here down in Plymouth, and it is Scotland to get us underway. The newest chapter in the oldest rivalry in international rugby starts again now. Tommy Allen with the kickoff. There's Sam Hill.
Release, Blue! Back foot!
One of those dual-registered players, a player of Exeter, but plays his rugby at the Cornish Pirates in England, passing the ball along the face of their posts, and with a knock-on from Jack Arnott.
Knock-on White.
I don't think Jack Arnott was expecting that, and there's no calling at all whatsoever from the forwards and backs. They're blind, and just watch this. They're willing to go from everything. Actually, it's not a bad pass, but risky rugby. Again, Scotland have got the wind at their backs, and you don't want to give them anything.
And it is cold out there with the wind. One of those evenings when the toes and the ears feel it the most. Perhaps Jack Arnott's fingertips just a little bit cold. But a big area of the game. I was talking to Sean Lineen before the game, and he said set pieces always so key with England.
And again, not to bang on about the conditions, but you can see what they're scrummaging in there. It's very, very heavy in certain parts of the pitch. Obviously had a lot of rain over the Christmas period and since, so purchase is going to be crucial. Those pretty boots. Call themselves forwards. My word.
Not in your day, Dowie, hey? Reasonably solid scrum for Scotland. It's shoveled out the back by Ash. Rory Hughes, real athlete on the left wing, is a tall man. There's Johnny Gray. HIDALGO-CLYNE with a pass, didn't quite reach his man.
15 all. But again, you can see Scotland's intent is to ramp it up. Johnny Gray, big carry of the ball. And HIDALGO-CLYNE, there's big things being talked about this guy. Good communication with his 8. Ash at the back, who was slightly under a bit of pressure, but they managed to get the ball away. And there he is. Might be joining his brother one day. A full international.
Yeah, I remember talking to John Jeffrey, who was the manager of the Scotland under-20 side some years ago, saying, watch out for Johnny Gray. I said, oh, don't you mean Richie? He said, no, Johnny Gray. Whisper it, but the talk is he may well be better than his brothers. The two packs come together, a little bit of handbags. It's been a nervy start, though, for both.
Well, again, there is big wind conditions out there, so they're going to have to play it by the book. England, you can see that there. That's almost gone backwards. What they're actually better is just tapping and going and using the forwards. So the advantage very much so in Scotland, but the advantage coming from that first scrum was with England. They did the right thing, keep the pressure on, keep the power on, and got the penalty. But you can see the force of the wind, and I think it's only going to increase.
Very much at the back of Scotland, the wind in this first half. We'll look to build a lead. Then for Conlon, there's Rats out the back. HIDALGO-CLYNE couldn't pick it up. Played at fullback last season. And as a member of the Edinburgh Academy, also played some rugby at Heriots.
Born in Spain. Look at that, that's the difficulty of then throwing to the back. If the wind again gets up any more, you're going to have to throw it into your second jumper or your first jumper there just to secure there. It's a risky throw, and Scotland just knocking on this. England get another chance at this scrum, so they might attack the blind side using the power of the 8.
Alex Day with a feed, but it's England who have gone down. Cowan Dickey says, was it me, sir? No, it was Carl Sinclair. Harlequin's an academy man on the tight head for England.
Well, they were so dominant in the first scrum, and I think that's just a slip, isn't it? It's one of those things, but the referee's given the penalty.
And the feet just slipping away from the front rows there. It all came from the mistake from England at line-out time. Blustery conditions, tried a slightly ambitious line out to the middle. Meant for Joel Conlon, another extra man. But here's Tommy Allen. Nephew of John Allen, of course, played for Scotland and South Africa at hooker in the 1990s. Opportunity for first points, and first points do go to the visitors, do go to Scotland. And ever since the kick-off, they have been camped down in England's half.
Clean strike of the ball. Got a good patch of land where to kick the ball out of, so it's a good start for Scotland. Like I said, conditions with them. Sean O'Neill will be happy with that. Pressurising, obviously, the line-up, and hence then the scrum, so nobody's calling for the ball again.
Slade with the restart. Adam Sinclair partnering Johnny Gray in the second row. LEISHMAN.
Stop.
HIDALGO-CLYNE. Started this morning, he has an exceptional box kick. That wasn't one out of that draw. Just put a little bit too much on it, of course. You have to allow for the wind when it's so strong.
Yeah, needs to hook it in feel a little bit more. Really not the greatest of kicks.
It's got real pace, the scrum half. Sean O'Neill said to me this morning he will play for Scotland. That's a prediction. HIDALGO-CLYNE, England's scrappy line out again. But Crumpton comes round, just tidies things up as any good hooker should off the line out.
Yeah, Saracen did very well then. England win the penalty, but coming round, sweeping round. Slight mistake was going on in the line. It wasn't taken clean, but he cleared it up very, very well.
Just scooped it up, didn't he? And then head down. For the first time England have been in the Scotland half. They have this penalty opportunity.
It's just lying on the ball, they're not getting a run, rolling away. Referees, it's one of the big things that if you accidentally get on the same side, you know exactly what you're doing. Slowing up the ball, so it's given chance now to Slade to see if he can hit this clean and hit it right into the teeth of the wind as well.
All Vexers 6 points against Bath last weekend in the LV Cup. Henry Slade, 31 points in that tournament so far this season. He's a good striker of the ball. Can he show that here? Relaxed style. Looked like it was going over, but flags stay down. And Scotland are off quickly. Here's Watson. 2 tries against Wales. Six Nations last year, 1 against Scotland. 1 against Ireland as well. And he set this counter-attack off the fullback. Now to touch on the far side. It's Ben Howard who's just run out of room there, but you could see the danger of Watson.
This is the potential threat that he poses, even again in boggy, sticky conditions. Scotland doing very, very well. Johnny Gray eventually just gets him down, just gets a paw on him, otherwise he'd have gone. incredible step from both feet and plenty of pace.
Johnny Gray, the captain, 18 years of age. 18 stone 7, 6'5". Imagine the weekly shopping bill in the Gray household when they're growing up. Watson has just caught the win. You can see how strong it is, and HIDALGO-CLYNE. Duke, the fullback, is wrapped up in England, trying to counter drive, and they've won the ball back. Just for a moment then, Scotland had broken the line and were threatening a good scrambled offence on the England under-20 side.
Sloan missed the tackle. There's a bit of communication breakdown with Howard. Sliced through them, and then you can see Sloan coming across, just missing the man. Good break from Scotland, slightly just going forward. That's what the referee's deemed. There'll be a slight stoppage of play.
It's been fairly one-sided between these two sides of late. England have won all 8 encounters at this level. In the last 3 games, England have scored 22 tries to Scotland's 3. It's been one-way traffic, but you get the feeling with Sean LINEEN, with all his years of professional coaching experience, beginning to change the setup of Scotland age-grade rugby.
Yeah, they haven't got the biggest pool to pick out of compared to the likes of England, obviously, but they just get on with it and do it. And if you can work with him, that's I think what he's doing. He's picking a lot of youngsters to work with him over a 2-year period. So by the end of this 2 years, there's Sean. By the end of that 2 years, he'll know exactly whether they're good enough to move up that step either to the A level, which we'll see later on this evening, or to the international level, the full international level, which will be at Twickenham tomorrow. As far as Scotland's concerned, there's a bit of a problem here for Keith Buchan. After that break, he's hurt himself there. Ice on his back, it's cold enough.
It's a good double header, isn't it? It's Friday evening for main proceedings tomorrow at Twickenham, of course. On the 20s here in Plymouth, and then later on England Saxons and Scotland A. Too much of a journey, is it, for Scotland A? For Kingston Park in Newcastle, 8 PM, Sky Sports 2 HD. Easy to see how the next level up get on. So there's been incredible examples of players playing under 20 Saxons and then going straight into the senior side. 7 of the 33-man EPS squad from England have played under 20s in the last 2 seasons. It's beginning to work really well.
Certainly is. Likes of Farrell, Launchbury, Ford. Obviously, Farrell and Launchbury playing tomorrow, so it is a progression. And these guys are developing earlier and earlier, obviously, with being sorted and seen at an early stage. The conditioning gets in there, and then they're assessed. Have they got the skill set to move up? Obviously, most of these England lads are playing for the senior side. A lot of them haven't had been sort of given a chance in the Premiership. A lot have played in LV Cup, so they're gaining experience. But this is fantastic for them. 6 nations, sort of under 20s. It's brilliant just to see how they're getting on, how they're developing.
Slade, some double runners in. It's big Sam Hill. He may have knocked that ball on, but Conlon was in there so quickly.
Good tackle from Ash, getting across there.
Back foot.
Number 8 for Scotland, but this is the way England are going to have to play. You can't put your boot on it because it's just almost the ball's going to go backwards, so you've got to just absorb as much carrying as you can do, and Scotland will just tackle.
They tackle that time in an offside position as Harry Sloan, another one from the Harlequins Academy, along with the captain, Jack Clifford. Trying to get over that game line. It's a big midfield for England. It's something else Sean LINEEN was talking to me. Sam Hill and Harry Sloan. They need to get over that game line. Here it is.
That's what you've got to do then. It's see Ash coming across as a great tackle. And then it's producing the ball. There you go, slip it back inside, but I like it. He's taking the ball up to the gain line, so even though he's tackled, he's 2, 3, 4 metres forward to over that see the likes of Conlon then straight in there. But again, with the kick, they've made about 3 yards. It's almost taking the clock down. I know it's only 12 minutes into the game, but it's the conditions are that sort of in favour of Scotland. You've just got to, well, carry the ball up the pitch, really, because you're not going to kick it up there.
You haven't visited Scotland's 22 yet, England. Shows you the measure of this win. Lovely delayed pass. Oh, look at this, England breaking through. Howard, Ben Howard. Stretched the legs and the ground just gave way underneath his feet. England on the attack now. It's a lovely move. Alex Day is just hampered there at the base of the ruck, and Scotland have come through and they've turned it over. What a break from England.
So this is again, watch Slade up on the game line, straight through, and a great offload, and Howard is away, and then he's actually running now into the boggiest part of the field, and you just see there, just the footing goes away from him, straight there. Leishman actually does there, and that's a beautiful switch. Beautiful offload. And then the wing is away. On a normal day, I'd back him. He's gone, he scored. Even with the likes of Hoyland coming across, but that's great potential. That's the only way England are going to get out of their half. They're going to run it out.
Done well in the opening 30 minutes, hasn't he? One busting run. It was well worked there, wasn't it? From Slade. Fly up through the strings, going right across the field from the defenders with him. And England's pack now. Win the penalty. 2-1 penalty scrums, as it were. England's way. Here come England again. It's Clifford. Day again. Slips it inside. Sinclair loves to have ball in hand, as does Cowan-Dickey. Both the props very comfortable in the open spaces. Slade again. Tries to boot the ball now. Scotland are away. Mark Bennett chasing this one. Just didn't have the footballing skills. And that is a chance.
It was a chance. Slade being charged, and he's just trying to put the boot through on the ball. Eventually comes out slightly slow, and he's just through, trying to knit it through. Bennett's seen it, and that's a good hoof on then, and you think all for all your money, one more kick. Even the likes of Howard getting back there, he's going to get there. And again, you're going into a muddy area, lose your footing, but again, a good position for Scotland 20s now.
Johnny Gray calls the line out to himself. Good body positions. Chris Old that time in the midfield. There's Bennett again. This time tackled by Watson. Not Bennett, one of the only players who's had experience at this level before. 20 years of age, his third season. Playing over at Clermont-Auvergne.
Not a bad place to play. Learn your rugby, learn your trade. Some good, reasonable players over there. Scotland turning the penalty down, going into the corner after that catch and drive just in the left-hand side of the field. They fancy it 5 metres out. Will it go to Gray?
There's a few centres at Clermont-Auvergne for Mark Bennett to learn his rugby from, isn't there, Alex? Wenchery, Fofana, even King.
Yeah, he's not a bad player. The other go.
Comes Scotland again. He's juggling around, but Chris Old takes it well.
He likes the physical, does Chris Old. That's twice, that's a good turnover from England.
Cowan-Dickey picks up the loose ball, and it's tackled by 3 Scotland players, but stayed on his feet. Watson. It might be better served if the trajectory of their kicks are slightly lower.
Well, it's difficult, isn't it? I mean, he had to do that because he's under so much pressure. Maybe it's just almost hoofing it right down the middle, as you can see. Old taking the ball in. But again, he's got isolated as a good second ruck from England, straight over the top. Able to turn the ball over, but then no chance really for the likes of Watson to get any distance whatsoever.
Plenty of time to get to this Scotland squad. It's been the influence of Sean Lennon, 4 training camps, 4 practice games as well, as it were. As they knock on against their Melrose, Edinburgh University and Scotland Club international squad. So 4 games before the Six Nations, and then Sean Lennon was saying they got 4 games before the Junior World Championships in June over in France again. give these guys some time together. As for the England squad, well, many of them have come up and played the age group rugby together before. Like to the Exeter boys. There's 6 extra players in England's under-18 backline against Australia schools just a couple of summers ago, so they quite often play the age group rugby together. But again, England have slightly changed the way they prepare for this tournament. They've had condensed blocks of time together rather than a few days here and there. Had 3 or 4 or 5 days together in the build-up to this Six Nations. It was possibly a reaction to the very disappointing World Championship last summer in South Africa, where they finished 7th, and the mental attitude wasn't just quite right. You saw that at the end. You and I were at High Wycombe, weren't we, Adams Park, for the final game of the Six Nations last season, and the celebrations when England won the championship rather than a Grand Slam just weren't right.
No, they weren't right. They took it into the championship and just underperformed, but this is performing at the highest level. Like I said, it's a great bust, good offload, and then Howard's able to use his pace, but you can see then just losing his footing, but that is superb. Again, it's all about Slade's good work, the 10. You've got to take the ball up, you keep people honest in that line, and then people can take a line off you.
Magic Sponge has done its wonders. Ash, tackled by the very physical Alex Day, the England scrum half. There's Gray. HIDALGO-CLYNE.
He's a busy scrum half. Sorry, Johnny, he's a busy scrum half getting the ball away. He's got no pressure because England are trying to counter-ruck all the time. So he's doing pretty well at the moment.
Bordell has tackled and it's been tried to turn that ball over England. Sinclair, the man who plays in France, plays at Perpignan. There was no interest from Edinburgh or Glasgow. Had to go out to France to try and get some top-level rugby. Bennett really is showing in this opening 18 minutes, isn't he? Experience at this level, taking the fight to England. Just those mistakes at the moment. There's Rory Hughes, never far away from the physical, the winger. He's had some time with these Scotland's 7 squad over the last few seasons. He's an absolute athlete.
Captain. Okay, free to play. Okay, speak with your team.
He is. Sevens expert as well.
Okay.
Under 17s, 18s. She's representative honour.
Okay.
And again, just a few mistakes creeping in, and it's this England's defence.
Okay.
They're really pressing hard on Scotland. Scotland trying to do well, getting some angles there, and you see the territory. All Scotland at the moment. 60-74%. That's due to the wind conditions, because they can just hoof it and you can make 60 or so metres in one kick.
Crouch! Touch! Shake!
Now we understand that first move from the very first kick-off from England, passing it down the back line. Day goes quickly. It's the game plan, isn't it, here? England realise just how blustery that wind is. Sloan couldn't take it. Referee is playing on. Bordell tried to get in there. Try and turn the ball over, the sail shark. Here is Day again. Tackled by Jamie Batty. He's come offside.
10 meters, please. Captain.
Just going to have a wee chat.
Far too quick coming round as well.
It was in at the side, I think, Johnny. I think.
Your teammate. Yes. Many penalties for offside.
There you go. Too many penalties for offside, so you've got to cut it out. It's just the tenacious manner in which Scotland love to play around the fringes there to stifle any quick ball for England to use their big backs.
And Scotland's so keen to stop England as soon as they can before the big runners can get going, and that's why they're just being caught at the moment.
Well, it's the case at any level, really, and we'll see that again tonight, later on the section tomorrow. It's that breakdown. Where did England do so well against the All Blacks in the autumn? Wood at the breakdown, stop them getting quick ball, denying them. It's almost a stopper, you know, get in there and stop them using it, because everybody wants quick ball.
Dominic Barrow couldn't be located in the line out, the Leeds man. HIDALGO-CLYNE goes high, just has to put it in the air and it will travel 20-30 metres in this wind. Watson, useful kick in these conditions, found his touch.
That's the best kick of the night so far. He's had to absolutely hoof that one, and it didn't come back with the wind at all. He's really got hold of it. Is it just going to get there? Yeah, one bounce and in. So, yeah, good reward.
59-3 last season to England. Scotland with the lead in this first quarter. Anthony Watson, brilliant take in the air, really was. Claimed it, never took his eyes off it, textbook stuff. Plenty of children here from local schools watching who would have enjoyed seeing that. Here's Sam Hill, straightens. Sam Hill into the 22. Arnold. England just couldn't take the ball with them. Howard was there again.
It's just so dangerous again. It's that man, Anthony Watson, kicking for touch, and then they're through the gap. Good angles, good lines where you can see Howard wanting the ball. Pops the ball up and again, good scramble defence. And there he goes. Again, he's up flat, Slade. You see, let the big boys do all the work. Just stand, bide your time, wait for something to happen. And once somebody's through, you can pick your line, whether they go left or right. It's good play. All comes from, again, a good forward drive, but then a 10 that's shouting at the ball, and he's flat.
Lovely run from Clifford, wasn't it? The number 8 captain. Using the offload.
Just like Tony Dipros, but in his heyday. Had Harlequins there, bouncing off the back.
Again, not a bad man to learn your rugby from, no. Especially your handling skills, and Clifford there with a lovely offload.
But it's buying time for one another, isn't it? It's just taking a man out of the game, and don't panic. Ball will be recycled, or we can slip it and pass it. And again, it's going back to where you learn your rugby. You watch great sides like Canterbury. You used to look at the Canterbury Diamond. You know, the guy would go through, and then one player on the left, one player on the right. It's very simple, but very, very effective.
Already seeing Henry Slade very, very willing to offload the ball as Adam Ash comes off the base of the scrum for Scotland.
They've got a good combination, they're 9 and 8 when the scrum, because they're going back. It's not controlled, it's very, very difficult. You've got your head in there, he's trying to push, so you need your communication from your 9, so it's working well at the moment. They're scrambling well, and again, with this wind, one big hoof, you're back in your 22.
Watson tried to take on Hughes. Hughes said, OK, there's the outside. Watson went to take him. You saw the turn of pace. But Hughes used the touchline very well. You can see the moment he decides to go. Bang.
I wonder if Scotty Aisons will be kicking off with Greenwood in the studio. It's Rogers, he likes the physical.
Release White!
I would like to see those man bags in the studio. Here comes Watson again. Straight through the middle this time. Sinclair, lovely communication from the tight head, just trying to wrestle that ball away. England desperate for quick ball. Day. Slade again, there's numbers out there. Can't use them this time. Scotland have turned it over. To say, Scotland, some excellent work turning the England ball over. Like them all time. Robbie Ferguson's come on at fullback. Now England with a penalty, and away they go. Referee says no from the mark. Good work from Crumpton.
Yes, Slade will just poke this in, try and get about 10 or so metres. He's done very well. That's a cute kick. He's used the elements. He knows it's swirling, but this guy is swirling as well, isn't he? Anthony Watson, look at that for a pass. Audacious skills out to the tight end as you sail. Kyle Sinclair, another Harlequin. And that's a pretty good, again, another good reward for putting the ball in field and letting the wind do the work.
No. Please. Gap, please.
Anthony Watson, just 19 years of age, was a
blue and white
nomination for the 2011 BBC Young Sports Personality of the Year.
Played centre as well, didn't he, before converting to 15. Well, England got a bit of strength at 15, but if he shows that form, he seems to have everything. Pace, good boot, good feet, good step, good hands. He's one for the future.
Stuart Lancaster very keen on the youth policy. Jack Clifford now. Real power. Sucked in the defenders. There's Slade again. He's so flat. Day. Sam Hill has been turned over, ripped away by Mark Bennett. Scotland again offside, and I think the referee wants more here, wants a word, certainly.
6 blue captain.
Well, we'll listen, but he said no more penalties.
Yes.
He is going to his pocket.
Okay, side entry. Side entry.
LEISHMAN. Stirling County's man complains to the referee. Falls on deaf ears though. Sent to the sin bin.
6 blue.
Really is a naughty step at under-20 level, isn't it?
He's taken one for the team in a sense. It didn't seem too bad. Actually, but the referee, to be fair, had warned prior to it. And again, it's good day. He's got a good service on him. It all starts from this rumble maul communication. There you go, into the heart of it. As long as you keep mauling and moving, you can use it. Then it goes down. Slade is standing up there, and there's Clifford. Big, strong, and now it's all about ball presentation. Day straight in there, then Slade, unfortunately turned over. This could end up in a 5-pointer.
Clifford wins the line-outs. Now the rest of the pack come round. There's Swed Sinclair, I think, at the back. There he is. HIDALGO-CLYNE has got in there.
He's done very well.
Slade, Clifford. Will England score their first try of the Six Nations? Crumpton was on a short line. Alex Day was looking for the back line.
Well, if Day had missed Crumpton out, I don't think Crumpton knew it was going. He just wanted a sympathetic pass. It's Clifford again. Barnstorming little run, and then the ball is there, and he wants it. And he's just in the wade. Cowan Dickey gives him a earful. If that ball would have gone, it was literally a trot in for whoever. I think they had 4 or 5 overlaps. Cowan Dickey still shaking his head. And Holy Trinity there, the front row. He will know, but again, it was a good catch-in drive. They're now creating more and more chances.
You have to say, full credit to Scotland at the line-out for keeping England out in the driving maul.
Absolutely, down to 14. And this is a big scrum.
Huge blindside, free kick England. Day wants the ball. Well, Sinclair makes his feelings known. I'll have another scrum, thanks. And when you're tie-head saying that, don't often argue.
He fancies it, right decision. Tie everybody in. And yeah, just rolling the shoulders. Well, this will be back at Clifford's feet, and will they go for a penalty? They should be in total control.
And the England backline, very dangerous at times, being orchestrated brilliantly by Henry Slade.
Well, you can see Bennett there inside centre. He's having to to get into the scrum, so they're one back down. England has stacked the left-hand side with 4. That'll be another penalty, and they'll go for another scrum. They can sense it here, they can smell it, they can sniff it. Like I said at the top of the show, it's the power of this pack. They really do fancy this.
Well, Sinclair scored 2 tries in the Junior World Championship last summer. All 5 Six Nations games last season. That's what you want. Plenty of players playing in this under-20 outfit for 2 years. Get that experience the first year and then really go for it next year. Of course, England have been very successful at the Junior World Championships outside of last summer. The final appearances against New Zealand. Big scrum now for England. Penalty last time out, just trying to keep it straight. Penalty try, it was coming. The power of England beginning to show through. And Moroni, 30 minutes into this game. Hats off to the front row, the front 5. They wanted to take the scrum for the penalty. They felt confident, and you can see why. First try of the Six Nations goes to England.
And Slade should make it another 2 points right in front, and that's one for the big boys. I won't call them the fat boys, because they're not. They're just big, strong and powerful, and you can see all the work going there. Cowan, Dickey's up, Crumpton making up for that misdemeanor, were getting in the way of Day's pass, and Sinclair getting the kisses on top of the head. There you go. That's what it's about. It's a good day at the office so far. And the warning signs are from Scotland. They're down to 14. They're using a centre in the scrum. 10 minutes to go in the first half when their scrum is collapsing.
Possession in the last 10 minutes. Incredible. 90% to England. And they converted that onto the scoreboard. There's Ross Moriarty. Slade just caught that time. Help arrives. Just feel England just confidence beginning to grow. It was an edgy first few minutes, wasn't it? Crumpton. Physical, isn't he? Likes ball in hand. He's all over the park at the moment. The hook
plenty of tough stickers on him as well, isn't he? He does like the carry, the smash. That's what you want from your hookers. His darts isn't too bad either. Blooded. He loves it. More of the same.
Just one senior appearance for his club, Saracens, as a substitute against Leicester in the LV Cup win back in November. And would you believe it? Had trials with Arsenal and West Ham. I think he may have chosen wisely. But he epitomises the England attack effort so far. Really ramped it up in the last few minutes. That penalty try, of course. Conversion was got. And England have the lead despite being against a very heavy wind.
That's right, it is a heavy wind, and they are physical. I mentioned Ross Moriarty there. His dad played for Wales, and he's eligible because he was born in St Helens when his dad was playing rugby league. So it's good to see him. Like I said, he likes to carry, very aggressive, and the rain has just started to come in. I did predict it. I am a bit of a weatherman, and there it is. The wind, we can see the St George's Cross blowing from right to left. What are you grinning at, Hammond?
She's turned into Michael Fish in the last few weeks.
No, there's no hurricanes coming tonight. I can assure you of that. It's dreich. It's a bit dreich. Cold and wet. Oh, one against the head.
Clifford. Just always gets those hands available with ball in hand, doesn't he, Jack Clifford? Always looks for the offload. There's Bennett. Russell Anderson takes it forward, but England in every breakdown now, the power beginning to show.
On your feet, please.
Clifford this time.
Number 8 to white.
Off his feet. Penalty.
Off his feet, penalty. You're right, Johnny, but Jack Clifford, he's doing so. You can exactly see how he's been coached. Low body position. You got a chance there. Bennett, I think, has been the pick of the Scottish backs. Just watching his good feet. There he goes, the show and go, and he goes through. He likes the bounce off. Good offloading. Taking the ball in, that's Bordell. And just watch there, Clifford over the top. He stands up. He's actually supporting his own weight, and then he goes off. So it's very difficult. Referee, I think, just about got it right, but you can see what he wants is just to get some support from behind him. There's the Bennett break, there's the offload. There's the Sale Sharks guy, Bordell, taking the ball in. Clifford over the top, nearly nicks it, and then he can just send it and just off their feet. So nearly got away with it, but not quite.
Full kick for Tommy Allen. Cut this lead. And makes it difficult with the wind behind you, being so strong. Kind of fit the flight to the ball. It's 6-7 now.
Again, it was another good strike. He just did use the little bit of help from the left-hander up right there. Just sneaks in the inside. And you can see the power of that wind. He hardly struck that ball, just guided it on its way.
There's Allen again. Clifford. Referee's allowed that one to play on. Watson. Despite his pace, he's not shy of the physical either, is he? Alex Day with a choice of forwards to pass the ball to. Slade again, using that scissors effectively tonight, England.
That time he was a little bit too deep to do that. The Scottish defence in the midfield read it very, very well.
Cowan-Dickey bumping tacklers off. And dragged forward by Barrow. Sam Hill loses it in contact. HIDALGO-CLYNE tries to get away from the tackle of Sinclair. There's Gray and Ash. Not singing from the same hymn sheet there. Elliott Stook now. For England, they had to turn the ball over, and then Day puts in the box kick as far as Ferguson. Gets away from the first tackler. There's Barrow again. Tremendous engine on him. The 19-year-old locked forward.
Don't know what Scotland are doing here. Again, they've got the advantage of the conditions, and they're just basically playing it into England's hands, making too much mistakes. Just put your boot on it.
Slade. Good delivery to Watson. Quicks it inside Arnold. Jack Arnold. He was dual registered with Plymouth. That would have been a popular score, wouldn't it? Scotland not rolling away initially. The referee said roll away. They did. Cowan-Dickey. Crumpton definitely went forward.
Definitely went forward. But again, it's that lad.
SCRUM.
Just watch this again, Scotland. You're playing suicide rugby. That wasn't a very good pass. You put yourself under pressure, and all of a sudden, look at that for a step. And then Arnott reads it superbly. He knows exactly what's happening. Great telepathy out there, and such a well, he's a star. Not a star in the making. He's a star now, and that's the forward pass from Lucid to Hooker.
He's already scored 3 tries in the Challenge Cup this season for London Irish. Played in all 6 of their games. Didn't have the best campaign though. Gloucester, the pool winners with that Challenge Cup pool.
Scotland back up to 15. Leishman's back on, so at least they'll have try and get a more solid scrum. You have to use Bennett now on that side.
Okay, please move.
There's Rory Leishman back on the field.
Scrum blue.
And England with the lead, only a few minutes left before half-time. We're absolutely delighted with the lead playing into this win.
It's going to be a tough 40 for Scotland.
Crouch! Touch! Set!
HIDALGO-CLYNE leaves it for Ash. Referee's got himself in the way.
Okay.
Maybe
guys, call me,
stand
please.
the opposite
Call
side to
to
the team that hasn't got the ball, if you see what I mean, Mr. Referee. But again, it was good play from the scrum half. HIDALGO-CLYNE, communication at the base.
From a weatherman to a...
Yeah, right. Well, if Scotland have got the ball, I don't want my referee standing between me and almost the fly half.
Crouch!
Yeah. Weatherman to referee, assessor in one foul swoop.
Easy.
Touch! Set!
You can see there, England's
Okay.
dominance in the scrum. Balls against the head, of course, that penalty try, the only try so far.
Okay, bind on the back.
And as you say, Dowie, as this rain begins to come down and there's a heavy pitch plenty of sand out there, it is going to play into the hands of the likes of Cowan-Dickey and the rest of this heavyweight, powerful England pack.
And that's exactly what it is. You can see the rain coming down. This will stop Scotland's pack getting around the field. They like to play an open game, a fast game. This will sap their strength, sap their legs. Like I said, it is the worst part of the pitch over there. We walked it before and it's pretty heavy. Again, they've done very well. Just getting out of trouble. It's creaking the scrum, but they seem just to get away.
It's Bennett again. Ash, who's doing a tremendous job at the base of the scrum. Quick on his whistle again. Ash has held on this time. Jack Clifford, though, England captain, powering towards that try line. Right down the middle of the park, but it's squirted out, and now Scotland have a chance. Allan is after this. Watson is there. A bit of leapfrog, Watson and Allan.
Stop!
Bennett putting pressure again. Slade slings it out to Cowan-Dickey. There's the front rower's sidestep.
He's running in to find his mates. I don't want to be on the wing. He's done the right thing. Come back to the warmth of the pack.
It's competition for interesting hairstyles for front rows, isn't there, at the moment?
I wonder what Joe Marler's going to be doing tomorrow, or what colour or design.
Slade again tries to find touch, and he finds Ferguson, who came on in the opening 10 minutes of this game. Watson can't find this one. England surely just need to get this ball off the park. 40 minutes has gone, and they have the lead, despite going into a very strong win. Allan down to his opposite number, Slade. Slade takes his time. To the left peg. Kicking practice for him, and he has orchestrated matters very well this half. Henry Slade, the local man, and England with an impressive lead at half-time.
Yeah, they've been pretty good. Rob Hunter will be delighted with that. It will be a game of two halves. The conditions have all been in Scotland's favour, but England have got the scoreline by 1 point, so a lot of hard work from the forwards. Scrum's going pretty well, and expect to see some tries in the second half from the England under-20s.
Conditions not the greatest here down in Plymouth for this first game. First round of the Six Nations. England power beginning to tell. Reset scrum a couple of times in the end. The referee awarded a penalty try. England on top of the break.
A few of this Scotland under-20s team could certainly make a name for themselves this evening if they can turn this one around and win on English soil. They trail 7-6 at half-time, and they do have to play into the conditions as well. But England will feel they have laid the foundations to push on and open this year's campaign with a victory. We'll hand you back once again to Dowie Morris and Johnny Hammond for the second half.
Yeah, thank you, Alex, and you're absolutely right. These conditions have played a real part in that first half. You saw England running the ball from in front of their own post, and the wind certainly picked up in the last 10 or 15 minutes before the kick-off. But Scotland would have to do the same, and the first half showing it's England who looked livelier in the back line and also looked to have the power over Scotland as well, and that man, Jack Clifford, exemplifies that.
Power in the scrum, power from 15. I think Anthony Watson's performance in that first half against the conditions, having to run it out was pretty exceptional. I'm expecting 40 long, lonesome minutes really for Scotland, because again, with the power of this pack, the Scottish scrum was creaking at penalty try in the first half, and I think more of the same will be happening.
They have made a change in the front row to try and stop England's dominance there. Phil Kringle has come in, 18-year-old, formerly of Kirkham Growler. Former school of Alex and Pat Sanderson, of course.
Crumpton there, just going down the line of the England forwards. It should have been in the middle, it wasn't. And now we'll see if this scrum has been shored up with Kringle coming on.
Slightly more solid at that scrum. Here comes Bennett. Chris Old. He's 19 years old. Scotland will have to play with ball in hand.
Roll away, White! Roll away!
HIDALGO-CLYNE to Allen. It's down towards England's 22s. Kick from Tommy Allen. Pushes England back.
Very good kick. Again, the forwards doing good work. Nothing else was on. You can see the England defence was out there. And that's about perfect. Well, perfect would have been England kicking the ball out. As it is, Crumpton has another chance now. Missed the last one. Will he secure this one? He does.
Conlon. Joel Conlon. Through Overbridge College in the Exeter Academy. As Alex Day's kick hits the ground, stand much to the excitement of the crowd below us. Knowledgeable crowd down here, I have to say, very vocal. There's a pocket of Plymouth Albion supporters just below us here, and they're exceptionally vocal. Fairly one-sided as well. Many towards the way of the Red Rose, but passionate rugby area down here. And really good to see this representative game to come down here. They totally embraced it. As Barrow wins the line out, Conlon. Slade. I've seen him play before. Hoyland. Haven't seen too much of his pace, and he has got blistering pace by all accounts. Swatson. Rory Hughes is having to go back. See his footballing ability. Day is underneath it. It's man and ball. Advantage is over, says the referee. HIDALGO-CLYNE. It's a mud bath for his troubles.
You can see that. Yeah, you're not going to get much purchase out of that.
That reminds me of that promo you've just done, Dowie. Or Dewey, should I say.
Enough of that. England need to secure some ball, yeah?
Lineout is a tiny Achilles heel, isn't it, for England? Really, start of the second half, that's 2 now. In that first half as well.
But they're going for the back ball, which is the best type of ball. Scrum half sweeping round into Slade, that he likes to stand very, very flat. But again, it's the more risky throw when the wind's up. So, but really, you should be taking that.
And England's reserve hooker is already on the field. It's that man, Luke Cowan-Dickey, on the loose head.
I'll get him to throw it in then.
We may well see the loose head switch to hooker. Hughes. I think he realised it was coming, possibly just couldn't get his footing. And all is very soft ground. And effectively Scotland have passed the ball out to touch and given England another opportunity to test their line out. Cowan Dickey, as I say, the reserve hooker.
2 ball. There you go. That's the boy.
Yeah, straight to Elliott Stoke. Big man is Elliott Stoke, the Gloucester second row. Tom Barrow's not happy with that decision from the referee.
But he did say twice, use it, use it. That ball's got to go. You're allowed two chances once the ball goes. Once it stops once, you got one more chance. And he did shout at the scrum. It is very difficult for your forwards because you're bound in, you can't hear the communication, but your scrum half, Day, should be slapping him on the back and telling him, I want the ball. And he's only been playing for 4 years. He was a centre and 15 before, so he's doing pretty well.
Ouch.
Oh, boy, whiz. That's what happens when the ball stands up in the wind. Holland, that is commitment, because again, it's going away from him. He just doesn't take his eyes off it. Brave lad, very brave. Running into the big traffic. All the forwards are coming up. He'll just shake himself off. I guess I've been very impressed with Adam Ash, actually, the Glasgow number 8. He's got good skill. He's quite quick, and he's had a lot to do at the base of that scrum. He gets the ball away very, very well, and almost acting like a scrum half at the moment. HIDALGO-CLYNE tends to be a blocker because, again, the power and the pressure is coming on from the England pack. See what he does on this occasion.
We'll be happy with the scoreline at the moment. The last 10 games, this Scotland under-20 side have conceded 42 tries. They only scored 27, and 9 of those are in their last game against Samoa in the Junior World Championship over in South Africa.
Played some great stuff. I remember watching that. Played some great stuff. I mean, Samoa were under pressure again in the scrum. Sean LINEEN looks on.
And about that level in the sort of international reckoning. 2010, they finished 10th in the Junior World Cup. 10th again the year after, and then 9th last season. Sean LINEEN, high hopes of doing much, much better this summer when the tournament goes over to France. On the West Coast.
Moriarty getting involved.
Number 1, blue.
Doesn't play like his dad then.
Bring his dad. Or his uncle. He's just getting stuck in there, that's fine, it's no problem. Ash couldn't get that away. Again, he's done so well behind a retreating scrum most of the evening. But this will go straight into the corner. And England will build some pressure now. Build some pressure. They need to get this line out sorted. The communication will be getting on, so when they get to the line out, the ball will be zapped in. And will we see the likes of Sloan, Hill in the midfield get the ball? Watson cutting an angle. They're stacked up. Ben Howard's come off his wing now. He's prowling. Slade will take this flat, but they're going to get the set piece right first.
Sinclair knew the ball, wanted to go quickly. Gave it to his scrum half. Howard just overran it, didn't he? Just needed a touch of patience there, the winger. Just too keen.
It came again from a dysfunctional line-out, really. There's the handling errors, 11 for England. Again, conditions are bad, just 6 for Scotland, so they're not looking after the ball. But again, Sinclair gave that ball off the back of the line-out. It should have come off the middle, hence it's just a slightly delayed. Then players get in front of the ball almost. And the pass going forward from the 10 to the 11, that was from Slade to Howard. And another move breaks down.
Italy meet France tonight. Another games in this under-20 championship, Wales against Ireland as well. But then later on tonight, up in Newcastle, other end of the country, England Saxons against Scotland A, 8 PM. Sky Sports 2 HD. Fascinating game, that one.
It will be. And these lads here, the England A, they've got Ireland away next week. Is it France, then Italy at home, and then off to Colwyn Bay against Wales. So if they are going to defend their crown, they've got a bit of rugby to play, and a bit better rugby than tonight so far.
Yeah, 5 titles in the last 9 championships, 3 of those are Grand Slams for England. They do enjoy their rugby at this level in this competition. Often seen as the side to beat.
Release White! Back foot White!
HIDALGO-CLYNE. Taken brilliantly by Hoyland. Sinclair. Allan into the midfield with Ash. Here's Anderson. Allan again. Old. Ferguson. Scotland building here. Jamie Batty that time, the loose head.
Some great play from Scotland here, controlling the ball, probing into the corner, good kick, great kick.
Oh, it's inch perfect, isn't it? HIDALGO-CLYNE, lovely weight to the kick.
Well, he's the boy at the moment, he's controlling the aerial battle there. Hoyland does so well, but it comes from a fantastic box kick from the scrum half. HIDALGO-CLYNE, and again, it's good offload from Ash. Anderson to the ball, and then out. Ferguson takes it in. And again, this little dink, left-footed, thank you very much, into the corner. That is good. Watson can only see it go out, but again, good control from the 9.
Sean Lineen. Simon Cross, his assistant coach, defensive coach with the under-18s as well as this under-20 side, as a seamless progression between the two. Very happy with the last couple of minutes from their team.
Showed great spirit, great control. England have kept the line out 4. Will it go over the top? The riskier throws over the top for one of the big forwards to take it in. You see Conn there. Cut it.
Over 56 points scored by England against Scotland in the last 2 meetings in the Six Nations. 7-6 at the moment, 51 minutes into the game. Slade. Ferguson positioned himself brilliantly now. Watson lines him up. Howard is there as well. Bennett goes in for Scotland. Just to try and get it back on the side. Gray. Johnny Gray. HIDALGO-CLYNE. Good hit from England, driving. Adam Ash back in the tackle. Scotland still have possession though. Borderless. Gray again, it's knocked on for the big second row though. And there's Moriarty.
And England will play this. One big hoof again.
Slade. Hoyland is there, leaves it for Ferguson. The chip kick. Day the scrum half. Not retreating.
Not retreating 10, you've got to make an effort to get back. Again, it's difficult on times. Not the greatest a kick from Ferguson, didn't give him much opportunity. Day took the ball and took Leishman with it.
Well, England are always going to have an advantage at this age group. So many more players to choose from, but the structures have been there in place for a long time. The consistency, Mark Mapletoft was assisted by Rob Hunter, and then Rob Hunter took over, of course. Consistency in the management and their approach. But it's also about a bigger picture, isn't it? If you think of the likes of Matt Kovacic, Elliot Daly, George Ford didn't go to the Junior World Championship in the summer because they wanted those players to play their club rugby beginning part of the season and then be involved in the Saxons. And George Ford, of course, starting at fly half. Elliot Daly starting also up in Newcastle. A couple of replacements to get you up to date with. Alex Day has come off. Eastern Counties under-18s former captain. Nathan Fowles is on.
Stop.
The Sale Academy man.
Foul play, please. Move back, move back, move back.
We've got a flag in for foul play.
On the far side, he's got good eyesight. We will have a listen.
Dimmi. Sì?
Il numero 7 blu ha fatto un intervento pericoloso sul bianco.
Ok. Cosa mi consigli?
Calcio di punizione.
Ok. L'intervento cosa ha fatto? L'ha tirato?
Lo ha sollevato, diciamo che lo ha ribaltato.
Ok. Solo, cos'è, cartino giallo? No, solo calcio di punizione. Sì. Allora è solo una spinta praticamente. Giocatore? 7, il punto me lo dai te. 7, blu. Captain! Captain! Elia 7? 7? Your number 7, improper pushing against a white player is just a penalty now, okay? Next time, other consequences, okay? Yes, number 7, blue.
Number 7, well, that is Will Bordell, Sale Sharks.
Okay.
Improper pushing, was it?
Okay.
Referee.
7, blue.
Swing to his assistant referee, the Italian there. Mr. Blessano.
Didn't do Italian in my school. Did pizzas, pasta, but not the language.
I was going to say they hardly did English.
Oh yeah, I know you were. This is where it is. Was it for that? Difficult to see. Just clearing a rack. There was no malice in it. It was just. Well, I think he's a bit unlucky.
Can't get his arrow straight again.
Number 1, blue. Substitution.
And England just their own worst enemy at the moment.
Well, there he goes. There's the 7. There's Bordell. So he's actually got the wrong guy. Oh well, doesn't matter. Something of nothing.
Sean Muir on in the front row, so 2 new props for Scotland. And they've won the free kick.
Rock! Roll away, White!
HIDALGO-CLYNE. Here's Allan.
Stop, White, stop!
Gray fell. Cowan Dickey. And all over the park. Here's Carl Sinclair showing his footballing ability. Sinclair's got much bigger legs than him. And we'll win the race. Don't often see that from a front row.
The chip and chase. After all the scrummaging he's done as well. A modern day rugby player.
And it's his mate in the front row, Cowan Dickey, that turns the ball over.
God, the youth of today, eh? He's off.
And to be fair, it's not a bad decision. There was a huge amount of space there as
well, he could
only forwards going back.
Drive the ball in, straighten up a little bit, but he saw there was no one really at home. Just got outstripped for a bit of pace. But yeah, I'll give him that one. I wouldn't be telling him off after this game.
Slade, here's Cowan Dickey again, who has had a very, very physical game. Crowd loving his performance. Of course, dual registered with Plymouth. He's appeared in 6 of their championship games so far this season, so there's always a cheer when the mulleted Luke Cowan-Dickey gets his hands on the ball.
Careful, boy. Careful. Adam Ash giving the penalty away. Well, I thought England had just dropped this into the corner. Obviously still behind in the score by a point, but it's not an easy kick because he's going to have to start this out to the right.
Well out to the right.
Well out to the right. You can see the flag, the St George's Cross, right behind there. It's been wrapped round a few times. And I think he's going to have to have a little bit of help with the ball. Careful, Johnny, don't go again. You can speak, it's all right.
Elliot Stuke is the man helping his fly half out. Post beginning to wobble now as well. It's not quite Kingston Park, but it's beginning to get there. Not an easy kick for Henry Slade. And he judged that perfectly. So the assistant referee said, but the referee wants to check it. I was unsure.
Well, I think you have to check this because they gave it very quickly, but I think from the way he struck it, he's asking, obviously, can you, and you can do this, you can go to TMO just to ratify or deny the 3 points. We're not seeing it from that angle. While this has been going on, as you see the kick again, you have to really get the angle from behind the kicker. That's the only way that's going to tell you. Here it is.
Does it curl around that post? That's the question, isn't it? And the best person to judge that is the assistant referee underneath the post.
Well, unfortunately, you can just see the top of the stand. This is the one. There you go. Well, I would say that is... I would say it's missed. And if you're not sure, you can't give it. So the TMO, the 2 touch judges, gave it instantly. I wouldn't give that.
Despite the 2 assistant referees with their flags raised.
Well, while this has been going on, we've got Danny Hobbs coming on at hooker. England have made the decision. England have made the decision to change.
Yeah, Cowan-Dickey will go into hooker.
Yeah, that's right.
Danny Hobbs.
I think he's been wanting to do that for the last 5 or 10 minutes.
Yes. Okay. Is it penalty? Is okay. 3 point. Okay.
It's one of those that's so difficult in with replays. But in the end, the referee has decided that Henry Slade did get the penalty, did judge it perfectly, as we said. And England's lead increases. 10-6 now. Here's Moriarty. Son of Paul, of course, won 21 caps for Wales. Of course, rather like Tom Heathcote, who was the fly half for England under-20s last season. Decided to play for Scotland now, capped, of course. If he played for Wales under-20, he certainly could have moved across, but not the case if he played for England under-20s. It's a different scenario.
Run away, White! Hands off!
Mark Jennings is on the left wing, wearing 23. Danny Hobbs is on. Those are the clean shirts. And this man, Tommy Spinks, to Sean Muir. His replacements, just injecting a little bit of pace into Scotland's performance.
Heathcote, you mentioned there, he'll be playing for Scotland after this game. A lot expected of him. The penalty.
On your feet, please.
England now going off the top. And it's good play from Scotland under-20s. They're keeping the ball, they're frustrating England. You thought with these conditions they'd be playing right deep in their own half. They're not. They're getting a bit of territory. This will be nudged into the corner. They're going very, very well. They're plodding up the field. The forwards are going out, giving targets, hitting contact. They're not getting isolated, doing the right things. Sean LINEEN will be very, very pleased, even though they're behind by 4. You can see some positives.
And you have to say, it's credit to Scotland how they played the conditions in the first half. Judging on England's performance, the opening 20 minutes of the second half.
I wonder what's in the big black book.
I'll ask him afterwards.
Not the greatest of throw. They've caught something from England there.
It's impossible for number 7 roll away.
The referee saying that it's impossible for them to roll away. He's absolutely right.
Okay, unplayable.
Playing stuck in the mud, the 2 men lying on the ground there. Barrow.
Okay.
I think they're going to have to come out of there. That is, again, probably the worst part of the... You can see the sand has moved infield a tad.
Well, England at this level, not lost at home since Ireland back in February 2010. Rob Hunter's getting some instructions down onto the field. Former Army, London, Scottish and Northampton man. Assisted by Nick Walsh.
Not to push it straight.
Just can't get the game going.
Push it straight.
That's, you know, they like to play a very, very fast game, get their forwards going hard, physical, and zipping the ball, quick ball, but they're not getting it. It's, sorry to use the phrase, they're stuck in the mud. And they have been today. There's the rain starting again. There it is. Glorious, glorious mud. Oh, that's a glorious kick. Wow.
It's a very relaxed strike, whether it's from hand or from the floor, isn't it, from Slade?
Well, when you got the elements behind you, you just got to give it a little tickle. And he's done that. Right. Last quarter, England really need a kick on now. Scotland have done very, very well, and you're right, there he is, Matt, Johnny. Cowan-Dickie, we'll see what he's like. Pretty good.
Hobbs, Awayemi, known as Danny Hobbs, coming on the loose head. Moriarty in the midfield.
Done well, Moriarty. He likes to carry it. He's done it effectively.
As does this man, Cowan-Dickie. Just needs to work on that area of his game. That's not the first time he's lost the ball in contact event. It's not the first time that England have lost the ball in contact. Of course, conditions are against them, but it'll be something they'll work on in the week.
It will. They'll love to carry physically. Sometimes you've got to protect it, though. They're going in at such a rate of knots. At the first contact, the ball, boom, squirts out. But they do love it. Very fit, these lads. You saw Moriarty first, the first hit in, and then Cowan-Dickie coming around the corner. Just couldn't hold on to it. And there's a big carry of the ball. Gray, he's done well tonight. As is, I think, the number 8, Anamash, is done pretty well.
Yeah, Ali Price is on at scrum half. HIDALGO-CLYNE. And there is big Scott Wilson for Carl Sinclair.
Scott Wilson from Newcastle looks a bit like Davy Wilson when he was up there. No, he's down at Bath now. There's only one position he could be.
He's a mini Ian Teal.
1 or 3. Start counting.
Bennett, another man who's been impressive in the Scotland shirt. They just haven't allowed England to get their game going. Saw moments of it in the first half, England's offloading game, when they had possession, but Scotland have been so tenacious, especially in the second half, just not allowed England at all to get any sort of rhythm, any sort of pattern to their game.
Well, it does come from the set piece, because the scrums, even though England have had the ascendancy, hasn't been that clean. It's difficult to dig it out of the mud. The line out has collapsed, so you're not getting any good ball off there. You know, a couple of busts in the first half, like you said, Anthony Watson, and really we haven't seen him in the second half. So Scotland doing a great job. Under the pump a little bit, but again, you mentioned the word tenacious. They're there at the breakdown. They're hitting everything in a white shirt, putting them back, not letting England have any time whatsoever to start their offloading game. They've done their homework, as Mr. LINEEN and the boys.
He was staying in the same hotel as Scotland last night. Had a walk around, had on the seafront this morning. Very relaxed mood, very confident in what was ahead of them. Alex Haggard has come on for Tommy Allen at fly half, so new half backs for Scotland. Fouls, just waits, and it's another penalty at scrum time for England. Clifford just having a look around, just having a conversation with Slade.
Oh, he'll go for 3, I'm sure he will. If he kicked the one before, there's no reason why he won't do that. Puts him up to 7 points in front if he gets in. Referee's just telling him to
push down.
To push down. Yep. It's very difficult, ref, when you're going backwards. He will go for posts.
Here's Sean Muir, the man penalised. Now from Hoyk. And it's quite clearly showing through the time that this Scotland squad have had together. Also training games, if you like, that they've had against various opposition, and it's showing through. It's a professional outlook that Sean LINEEN has brought to this age group of Scotland rugby.
Yeah, they know the job. It's cohesion, communication, control on times.
Slade needed the television match officials' eagle eye to give the last one. Not allowed for the win this time.
Well, the wind either died or he actually curved that the other way. Amazing.
4, Scotland, 4. Number 4. Okay, perfect. Time out.
Callum Black on, hooker in Scotland.
Please, back, please.
Cameron Turner there in the scrum cap for Adam Sinclair. So all the Scotland replacements on now. There's Watson, who's just been able to get away in the second half, hasn't had too many opportunities. Another penalty, and the referee going straight to the pocket. Only just come on the field.
I told them before.
He's literally made one tackle. And Cameron Turner is back on the bench.
I've told you before, but you haven't, because I've only just come on. Oh dear, it's one of these again. He's taking one for the team, and they're back down to 14. In the morning, it's the first time I think Watson's touched the ball in the second half. He's so quick and deadly. Ash just takes him down there, and he's still down. Actually, he's injured. You can see he's wincing in a little bit of pain. He's holding his leg or his knee. I hope it's not too serious. Obviously, all precautions will be taken.
It was a team yellow card, wasn't it? But it's an awful moment for Cameron Turner, representing your country. Off the bench, makes one tackle, doesn't quite roll away, and he's back on the bench.
And not great to get Sean LINEEN. He's just down to our left there, not enjoying things, I'm sure. It's difficult enough with 15 playing against a pretty strong England pack with the wind and conditions, and now you're back down to 14, so it's difficult. Here he is.
He's busy with that pad, isn't he?
I know.
It's full compliment to Scotland, though, isn't it? The last 2 penalties, kickable penalties that England have had, they've gone for the post on both occasions, and that's full compliment. They're out to win this game.
Well, you've got to win the game, absolutely, Johnny. You've got to win it first. Everybody, the bookies were giving them 33-point starts. You know, there's going to be tries galore, because historically it has always happened. Unfortunately, match day conditions are dictated differently. As Watson unfortunately goes off. There he is. Again, I hope it's nothing too serious.
Yes, Will Hooley, who's come on. He doesn't look very good, does he, Anthony
Well, he's
Watson?
got some strap in there on the right knee anyway, hasn't he? So
yeah.
I hope it isn't a medial ligament or or something of that ilk.
And he made the youngest ever debut for London Irish. 17 years of age, 221 days. Anthony Watson goes off. Will Hooley on. Southampton Academy man. England will want Anthony Watson back up and running for the rest of this championship, and toing and froing with the squad, as you would expect. Various club commitments these players have. Harry Wells is a man that Northampton wanted in the squad this weekend, not available due to Leicester's game in the LV Cup. Here's Slade again. Tosses that to the left-hand post, and he actually hits it, comes back off it. And Scotland react very quickly.
Stop, White! Back foot! Back foot!
2 misses in a row then for Slade.
Brilliant from Ash.
Has been very impressed with the number 8 tonight. Bennett, another one who's really impresses. Jennings.
Run away!
Sale winger. Youngest man ever to sign for Sale at 16 years of age. Saw some promise. And a fabulous game against Cardiff, in fact, in the Heineken Cup on his debut. Scored a try that day, and that great comeback.
Jennings taking the ball in. Another Sale shark. Foles just turning his right boot over there, and that's exactly where his forwards want to be. Down on the 22, putting pressure on the Scotland and the 20 line out. Good decision from the scrum half.
Gray takes the line, another area that Scotland have been impressive. Plenty of a base there to work from that line out. Slade takes the high ball. Dances around a couple of defenders. Powerful run from Clifford, saw the space. Cowan Dickey.
Move away. One. Come on. Okay. No, release the ball.
Held in the tackle base. Again, it's a difficult one because you want to keep momentum, you want to keep your legs pumping, and sometimes the tackler, you don't feel him, but he was held there, and you've got to release the ball straight away. He got back to his feet, and that's why the penalty was given. And now Scotland edge. Got 10 minutes or so to go. Scotland edging up to halfway. Have they got a try in them?
Down 14 men. Callum Black with the throw.
Maul!
Gray again takes the responsibility on himself. Real student of the game, loves his rugby. Elliot Stuke is told to get out of there, and he does exactly that. This Spinks.
Sininov, number 8, Sininov.
And Ash has been penalised for sealing off.
8 blue.
Sealing off. Well, he could have done that from the first minute if he wanted to. Nothing like letting the game flow, is it? The reward for that penalty. Again, just dangling the carrot. First it was Foles, and now it's Slade. And the forwards are, like I said, just walking up. They'll know what to do. Cowan Dickey's got the ball. And we're going to see something from the Sale forwards, from the England forwards first. Which they've cut the line out. 4-man line out. All the big carriers are in the midfield, but they've got to win it first.
Scotland come away from Kringle. Cowan Dickey looking to turn that ball back over.
Was Cowan Dickey trying to right the wrong of that throw? He overthrew the ball. Two guys over the ball. It was a touch-and-go decision, but it's gone against England. Scotland again, up to the halfway line, where they were about a minute ago.
Please, I ask you 1 second, really.
Plenty of work for England to do. A line-out practice time. Attendance over 4,700. Plenty of school children from around the local area have come in to watch England's future rugby players. As I said already, been embraced by the area. Such a warm welcome. Honoured to have a representative game here at Brickfields. Got a feeling there may well be a few pints of ale sunk tonight in the clubhouse. Wonderful old traditional clubhouse it is too. Scotland again, 72 minutes into the game, just refusing to give up. Remember, the last few times these two have met, 22 tries to England, 3 to Scotland, over 56 points the last two times they've met in the Six Nations. Only 10-6 at the moment. But England looking for more now. Cowan Dickey's been hungry for work all night. Fouls. Fizzes it out. It's Barrow. Could have played on the referee, but decides to blow his whistle again.
Here's the decision now. Slade, I think he fancies it. He's got the distance, no problem at all. If you want to be secure and sure, you go for 3 points, but
offside.
He's going to go for the power play into the corner.
12.
But England's line out, I wouldn't say it's fallen apart, but it just hasn't been there. I mean, they've won some ball. They've tried to cut it to 4 to sort that out. Cowan Dickey obviously has taken the rollover from Matt Crumpton, who's gone off.
Come on, White.
So,
please not close. Please not close.
What do they fancy this time? I think it might be a catch and drive. Full complement, looks like they're going for. 7-point gamble.
No, blue. No. 5.
Dragged to the ground, though. England can't get the driving ball going.
The thing is, don't panic. It's at the back. The Barrow did very, very well. You've got to use it, though.
Slade. Sam Hill. The strength of the man there. Even on his knees. Hobbs flicked it inside. It's Elliot Stoke again. Slade had to be quick with the hands. Cowan Dickey had Jennings outside. Instead, the loose head is going directly to the try line. And what a popular score that is. Look, Cowan Dickey, dual registered with extra at Plymouth. He's had an excellent afternoon and caps it all. And now surely the win for England as well with the try, and powerful it was too.
The distribution there from Slade, the Plymouth-born lad. Watch this, zip, it's gone. Good pass. Cowan Dickey does the right thing. He doesn't pass it out, and he does the right thing with keeping his legs pumping, does the right thing with his arms stretched out, and scores the try. That is a beautiful pass outside the defender. Off he goes. And that's aggression, controlled aggression from the loose head, now throwing the ball in at the line out. Be driving the bus. He's driving the bus on the way home.
Well, I saw him cutting up oranges at half-time as well, so quite clear he does it all.
Washes the kit. He could bring a hot water bottle up here as well, it'd be quite nice. Right, here we've been here before with this kick, haven't we?
Being a weatherman, I thought you would have brought the appropriate clothing anyway.
Just get the TMO on standby.
Here we go, the unintentional banana kick required here from...
I think the wind's dropped a bit.
Henry Slade.
No, it hasn't.
Needs to hit this far out on the right. Does it come round enough? Not in time this time.
I told you it dropped a bit. There it is, there's the pass. Sam Hill doing well, just drifting on the pass, using the wind. It was good. And Cowan Dickey doing what forwards do best, head down.
It's a great offload from Hobbs, isn't it? Conlon out, slotting at scrum half. England now, confidence. Cowan Dickey, the try scorer now. Great offload again. Here's Barrow. Can England finish with a flourish here? Fouls. Just has to juggle at it twice. And it all breaks down with Danny Hobbs. It's an excellent piece of play earlier in the move. Just knocks it on.
Okay, knock on blue, knock on white before. No advantage.
No advantage from the original knock-on, which was by England and Danny Hobbs. You can see what England are trying to do, use the power and then put the offload in once they've broken that defensive line.
That is the game, and it's, you know, it's a great way of playing, but they've been frustrated today because Scotland haven't played to the script. They've worked out exactly what England like doing. And they've waited really to the 75th minute to start playing. That was some good passages of play. We saw some glimpses in the first half, but just glimpses.
Dowie, man of the match time.
Again, first half performance, I thought he's sensational. He's not one for the future, he's one for now. Anthony Watson has been great. Cowan Dickey, brilliant try. A jack of all trades, loose head prop, throws the ball in the line out, but for me the controlling factor, kicked his goals, Henry Slade. Plymouth born, Exeter Chiefs, went to the championship, and I just like the way this guy takes the ball up. He's been limited today, but I've just seen glimpses of something for the future. He's my man of the match. I like the way he stands up there. His distribution has been good, and he's got a good skill set as well.
Just been moments, haven't there? Just moments when he's looked absolutely supreme.
Well, I like a 10 that frightens defences, that holds back rows in. You don't know whether he's going to break, and he's got pace. And that's the difference between, I think, a good and a great 10 in the making.
And we saw the pass to Sam Hill. He fisted across. He understands the space.
I'm sorry to mention his name again, Ash, but he's got a massive future. A massive future. He's just comfortable on the ball, knows what to do. And a beaten side, he's been a beacon to shine out.
There's the two newest men for England, Tom Jubb and Gus Jones on now. Wasp flanker. And the varsity as well at Twickenham and Oxford. Rory Hughes can't take the pass. I was going to say England's dominance at this level, and only when you look at that you realise just how good this Scotland performance is tonight. Only lost one of their last 12 games in Six Nations. That was against France in last year's tournament. In 13 of the last 16 games in between these two, it's just purely been one side.
Cowan Dickey getting a good round of applause there. He didn't want to go off, but a minute to go. Early cup of tea.
Danny Herriot is on with a call for Cowan Dickey to play at hooker, so right from the top. We're there for extra last week, but Danny Herriot is on now. Another penalty to England at the scrum, and it's the real area, isn't it, that England have had dominance, the real power that they brought to the game. And that man has shown that very well. Jack Clifford, 2 tries against Scotland last year.
Tackle
by himself. Only 2 tries tonight by England totally. Hill, Gus Jones gives the ball away. It was Callum Black racing away with it. Fouls. Saw space. Back goes Tommy Spinks.
Back, please. Back, blue.
England won last attack then. Jack Clifford, the captain.
Release! Rock!
Slade, the man of the match. Tom Jubb.
Heads off!
Plenty of men on the right-hand side for England. Herriot. Hobbs, good offload from him, fouls it. Ends with a knock-on. Now Scotland demanding the ball on their right-hand side. That was great. Huge engine on the second row. Ball is anyone's, rather scrappy end. But it is full credit to Scotland, despite England winning. It is a good win for England under 20s, but full credit to Scotland, bearing in mind the last few years England have taken Scotland to the sword, not this year.
Well, all the talk this week is the senior squad, England and Scotland coming down to spoil England's party at Twickenham. It wasn't to be tonight, but they nearly did it. I think it was a fantastic performance from Scotland under 20s, underpowered in the scrum, but they took it to England. They were tenacious at the breakdown. They didn't let England settle, play their offloading game. They can be very, very proud. So should Sean LINEEN. He's orchestrated and put this side together. They're a young side that were built for 2 years. As for England, frustrating for them, but again, they've got to win. They are champions. And to do, well, to get championship again, or even a Grand Slam, they're going to have to get better. They know that. They're going to work at the line-out, but plenty of work to do. But there is some glimpses of stars in the future. So it was a hard-earned victory, but they will take that. But well done to Scotland.
England a little bit rusty, of course. First game of the Six Nations, aiming for an unprecedented third consecutive Six Nations title. And England get this campaign underway with a win, 15 points to 6.